Hello everybody here on the start of the month of June 1st, 2023 here. Welcome to Trading Within the Box. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, like, share, please do. I'd appreciate that. And first of all, this is not a recommendation to buy, hold, sell stocks, equities, or any futures or Forex. This is educational video only, and let's get to it. So I want to go over with you the TNA, which is the 3 times bullish share of the IWM. And over here, like as we're looking at it, we're basing. Remember I was telling you about the dollar was basing and then we took off? The same situation here, okay? So trading within the box, as I always say, because everything in life is a box, right? And trading is no different. So what's happening here is we keep bouncing off these little areas on the support areas right there. You see them? And now we're at support again. And we've gone absolutely nowhere. But here's the thing, okay? From here to here, okay, that's just nothing, okay? That's a small little trade, okay? And that's fine. I mean, because you could get a little thing out of this. You can get, let's say, 28.16 to 31.44. That's a good trade for a small trade. But what we're really looking for is we want to go into this area here. We want to get into the big picture. How do we get into the big picture? Is we start breaking out, okay? We break out because all the short sellers are up in this area right here, okay? In the small picture of things, okay? Not in the large picture. That's a different story. That's weekly and monthly, okay? So that's what we're waiting for, and then boom, we take the ride, okay? And then do we take the ride to 34.89, or take the ride to 37.61, or even $40? And right now we're at 29.52 on the TNA, 3-time bullish shares of the IWM. So when we take it over to the weekly chart, you see here we're heading up, okay? We have an uptrend in place on the stochastic. Okay, a lot of times when we're in the sweet spot, which is right here in the stochastic area, now these are visuals, these are not going to tell us exactly what's happening, okay? You'll see that it'll start to move at one point. So on the weekly chart, which is the overall picture of things, you always want to look what's happening right here, okay? We're getting a W formation, a retest W, and then if we hold here, we get the right side higher, we could start taking off. Look at the retest W's, okay? When they were on the weekly charts, how beautiful they came down, and then boom, the right side took off, okay? So that's something that we're waiting and we're looking for, okay? If you want to put it on your list, okay? That's something that you might want to look at. If you look at a monthly chart on the TNA, which is a 3-time bullish share of the IWM, which is the small cap stocks, you look at, again, on the monthly chart, we're at a major support level, okay? This is a great entry point. Small amount of shares, though, because we could drop, okay? We could drop and go down further, okay? So it doesn't mean, so you're always small shares at the beginning, okay? 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, whatever you want to put, 50 shares, whatever, not going to cost you much. Even if it goes down 3 or 4 points, it's going to cost you what? Maybe $50 to $100. So it's not gonna hurt you, okay? You want to get it when it gets going. When you start looking on the 2-hour chart or the smaller time frames and the money starts coming in, okay? So you're at a support level. You could also play this on a 2-hour chart. How do you play it off on a 2-hour chart? Is once your stochastic is all in the bottom, we start crossing up, okay? And we start getting we start crossing up, and then we get a little bit of a retest, and we stop, and boom, and then we start seeing the volume pick up, and then we go for the ride, okay? And then we'll end up in this area up there, okay? And we'll end up around there in the supply area. So that's the beauty of catching things at support, okay? If you flip over to the TZA, which is the 3-time short version of this stock, okay? If you're not good at shorting and you want to short, you can buy this long, and it acts like a short because it's a flip side of the TNA, okay? So off the support level, we had a nice capitulation candlestick. We came up, we stopped, and we have this little small baby trend. It's a baby trend, okay? My handwriting is not that good. Okay, so that's what's happening right here. So you could inch up to about right about here in this 36 range. Okay, right now it's 32.81. Okay, so that's what's happening now. So it doesn't mean that could mean just a small trade. If we go to the weekly chart, okay, we're still pushing down here. Okay, so overall picture on a weekly chart is that we could be heading down here, okay, or sideways. We could be heading sideways with this. So that would be the story with the TZA. Now we move over to TSM, okay, Taiwan Semiconductor, which I've been telling everybody about for a while here. We were waiting for the breakout, and we got it, okay. So we're waiting at support, okay. The trade was started at support and went to sideways consolidation. So the sideways consolidation, what happens is when they start to break out, you can measure this area, and that's about as high as you're going, okay. So, and higher, by the way. So right now you have beautiful breakout, okay. You had a beautiful breakout about 5 days ago, okay. And then you come up with massive volume and you come back with nothing and you stop at support. So we could be heading up into this area here. Okay, we could be at 108.41, and then at one point we could be at the 114 range. Okay, and right now it's 99.31. Okay, so we want to know on TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor, we want to know what's happening with the weekly chart. Okay. So we're getting these higher lows here, okay? And now we could get a pullback. Let's say we get this little pullback because we have this surge of energy. We get a small little pullback and we stop at support where my blue line is, okay? We change the color so we could contrast. We stop here, okay? Remember, this is a small little sideways consolidation here, okay? So the breakout is going to be longer, okay? Because we have this little building of something. A building of what? If we were building at one point to go down, we'd be going down because the sideways consolidation was long, okay? But no, here comes the volume coming in, and here's the breakout, okay? And this is on a weekly chart now, okay? And what do? We drift back to the support level, okay? And right now, we want to hold, and then we want to start heading up to this level here, okay? So we can, at one point, we can go to 120 in the 120s on this stock, okay? We just have to follow it and see which way we're going, which way we're heading, okay? Let's go over to the 2-hour chart here. On the 2-hour chart, we see we have, now that's how to manage it. That's how we're going to manage it intraday. So let's say you were here, okay? Let's say you were right here, okay? You gapped up, okay? Now you're in resistance, okay? Now you're going to pull back to support. You pull all the way down on the stochastic. You got nice volume, and you got coming back with light volume, okay? You want to hold here, okay? Once you hold the higher low, then we'll start looking for the next breakout here. Now we're at support again, remember, okay? We're at support. So you're right at the gap area, okay? So right now is a support level, okay? So intraday support level, we start turning, boom, you can get back into this trade, okay? On TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor. I've been telling everybody about that. We've been in and out of that thing for months now, okay? So that's something that we want to go over. Costco, let's go over Costco. Something that people have been asking about. And Costco, we went over this quite a few times about Costco, about the flag pattern, the pennant pattern, okay? So remember this, okay? We got the pennant pattern right here, okay? And right there, okay? We come back down, come back here, and we got higher low. Come back again. Now, these are weeks. This is a weekly chart. This takes time. Higher low. Come back again, higher low. Come back again, higher low. Okay, let's see what happens here now. Do we start getting the breakout here? Do we start getting the breakout on Costco? That's something that we're gonna look at the monthly chart, and sometimes the 40,000 foot view from the monthly chart, you could see it a little bit better because the overall picture is going to dictate to the smaller picture. Okay, and what do we have here? We have stochastic heading up a little bit. So if we start to get some volume to kick in here and come up, we could start getting this thing moving, okay, on Costco. Costco's been a little bit in a holding pattern, as you see it here, and we came out with support, and the institutional money came in. See it right there, okay? And right off, there's a 2-hour chart now on Costco, okay? We had velocity candlestick. We came up. We hold support, okay? Now we're holding support. We want this to pull all the way down to the bottom and hold, okay? If this pulls all the way to the bottom on 2-hour chart, holds, and then starts heading up, okay, boom, then we're starting to head up, okay? So the whole idea here on Costco is, you see this spot right here where I have trading within the box? Right there, okay? What's happening? We're going to want to get the breakout, okay? Because all the short sellers, like I always say, are right here in this area right here, okay? That's the short zone, okay? And this is just a little profit taking right here. Okay, so that's something that you want to watch on Costco. So that's, remember, managing from a smaller time frame to catch the bigger picture, okay, on any stock that you're in. It doesn't matter which one it is, okay. So NVIDIA, I want to show you that one because that's something that we know has just been a monster power stock, okay. It came down and got destroyed at one point, remember? It was down here in the dumps. And nobody wanted it, $115, okay? Now everybody's looking at it on television saying, oh my God, NVIDIA. Yeah. Go ahead, go chase it. You're going to get killed, okay? So if you're in, remember, you always got to look at the big picture, okay, here. $115, $116, wherever they got in and stuff like that. Now, $365.50, and you're going to go chase it? Okay, go ahead, go chase it. But if this is something that you want to get into, wait for the weekly to pull all the way back. Wait for the weekly chart to come all the way down, pull all the way back on the stochastic. We got support now right in this spot right here. Now you're at three. Let's say at one point you were at 390 or whatever you were at. Okay, let it pull back to either here, okay, or here. It'll go sideways probably for a little while, for weeks, because when you get the big surge, they usually go sideways for a little while. And then what you'll do is you'll get back in at that point, and then you'll start going up again. And that you'll do it on the smaller time frame. Let's say we're going to a 45-minute chart here, and we're trying to look at volume to see where the buyers are. And right now, there's nothing going on. Okay, we had the post, and then thereafter we're just waiting, okay? And that's something that you can put on your list, but you're not chasing at this point. Right now on the daily chart, you have a little bit of a support area, okay? Let's see what they do. Now, if they come out and they start making a new high, you're going to 419 to 420, okay? You'll go to 372.85 first, and then you'll pass that area, then you'll head, then you're off to the races again, okay? So that's something that you want to look at, okay? Amgn. Let's look at Amgn. Okay, now Amgn, this is a stock where you're getting a monster discount, okay? So if you look at an Amgn here, you'll see when you're at the top of the range, $295, you're at $215, okay? So you even broke the last support levels that were down in that 226.87 or a little lower actually, 223.84. Okay, in that range there. So this is still trending down, okay? You have the moving average. This is on a daily chart. You still have the moving average, and you're underneath it. So you're still heading down. You're still watching it. You'll go to a 2-hour chart here, okay? And what you'll do is you'll look what's happening. So you'll see that if you're going to break the area of support, okay, and how you'll do that is, see over here, and then you had the break step pattern, boom, and you broke. Now you're here, okay, you're already at support. Let's see if we get a capitulation here or something, and we start basing, and we trade within the box here, okay. Let's see if we start getting something like this, and then we start basing, okay, on a 2-hour chart there. So that's how you catch that one off the bottom, okay. You're lurking around the weekly support level of this 219. You're at 215 right now. So they did like that price on February 22nd, the week of February 22nd, 2022. They like that price in that 215, 216 range, okay? So that's something, and you're all the way in the bottom on the stochastic. So, and they remember, they like that price a lot in this area here. You'll see it right here. You'll see they like that price around there, and now you're here. So if you draw a line, those are all buying points, okay? Even though you're like, wait a second, this thing, it could go down lower. Yes, we could trade down here at one point. Let's see what happens, okay? So I think we're going to get a pop, though, a little bit, and then we'll probably still be in a little bit of a downtrend. We could go down like that, or we could stop. Let's just put a different color ink there. We could stop, and we form a W on a weekly with lighter volume. Then we could come off the bottom, okay, on Amgn. That's something that a lot of people were asking me about on Amgn over the last few days, okay. Let's look at Microsoft, because that the whole world is in, and every institutional money is in it too. So on Microsoft, now Microsoft, we came up, okay, and we had some profit taking, okay. We're still holding trend here. Now, let me show you something here really quick. I'm going to put an arrow of trend line here, okay? Now, if you look at the trend here, you're still in trend, okay? Look at that. Now, let's go over to the resistance trend line, and let's draw it there. And then what do we have? What do we have? Okay, so now we're still in the channel, okay? Still in the channel. Now Microsoft, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, okay? Now we have another higher low. Let's see if we hold. Now, if we hold here, we're going to retest. We want to see if after we go after this was on May 30th, 2023, we had 29.5 million shares. Let's see when we start coming up into this area, what's going to happen if we're going to pass it. And then all the short sellers are boom. They're going to slam it on to buy again. And then we could be in the 341. Right now we're 329.27. Maybe at 341.75, or we could be at the 346.84 range before we know it if we're not careful here, okay? So that's something that if you're not in it, you also want to be careful. This is a power stock, so this is something that you want to keep watching on Microsoft. Okay, Five Below. What happened with Five Below was that we had an incredible, beautiful buy signal right here on November 28, 2022, and we hit that and we went after it, and we were in this area here trading within the box, and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, okay, of kind of doing nothing. So when you get that surge, like we saw before, you get that surge of energy, you're going to get the rest, okay? It's like running 7 miles. You have to rest to recoup, to rebuild, okay? And that's what happened here. Then we had another breakout. And then we went right into the supply area right there, okay? And then what happened? Bam, they hit it. All the short sellers were there, okay? They were sitting right in that spot on Five Below. They were sitting right there, and it didn't start making new highs and breaking out. It failed, okay? So it failed at the supply line, and they took their money off the table is what they did right here. Okay, so now people are saying, well, wait a second here. This is something I wanted to get into. Okay, so then what happens is, let's see what happens. You're going into this area on the week of November 28th. You came into that with 10.5 million shares. Okay, you're coming back with 4.6 and 3.3 so far on today's Thursday, June 1st, 2023. So this is support right here. You're at it right now, okay? So let's see. Now, this is something that could start coming back up again. This is something that you can kind of get this kind of thing and then start heading up again. So that's something to put on your list and watch. That's something that you want to see and watch. Okay, let's look at gold. GLD is the ETF for gold. And as we look, let's look. We saw we were coming off a little bit of a support area yesterday, okay, and the day before. Now let's see, because we were coming down. Let's see if we start. We have some to the upside here, but we have a lot of light volume. We have more volume coming down than we do going up, okay? So this is something that you're going to want to look at. On gold here, this is something that we'll manage on a lower time frame. Let's look at a 45-minute chart and see if we're starting to get any buying coming in on gold here. So, all right, so here's the deal on gold. So we're getting some higher lows on the 45-minute chart, okay? So it's not going down right now. So right now it's going up. It just made a new high, okay, today. Well, you see the box right there, and we just broke out a little bit in intraday, okay? So we broke out. So let's say we were at support. Okay, we have higher lows here, and we head up, okay? And let's see where we get, because now, remember this line right here. This area is the supply area, okay, on a 45-minute chart. So let's see. Now, if we break out from this point here, you know the story. Okay, we're going up. Okay, well, so that's a good sign to if you're intraday and you're managing your stock. Let's say you said, you know what, gold, I'm going to buy it off support, okay? I'm going to buy a small amount of shares. I'll buy 10 shares. Then I got another higher low here, and we just broke out. Let me wait for it to pull back, and I'll buy 50 shares, okay? Because remember, this is $184 today. Okay, so now you're at support, and now you just break out again. So now let's say you want it to come back a little bit. Let's say you want it to come back. It holds. Let's say this comes back. It holds you now. You're in for 100 shares, okay? Now you put on 50 more shares. And then we start breaking out, okay? And now you take your shares off at resistance, okay? So that's how you could manage it if you're scared and you're not sure if you're still heading down, okay? At this moment right now, we could be getting a little bit of a breakout here and heading back up on gold, or we could get this kind of thing. And then that, okay? And then we start heading back up again. Let's look at the dollar because we want to see what's going on. We were basing, and then we took off, remember, on the dollar. This is the huge W we had on the weekly chart, okay? So let's see here what they're going to do with the dollar, okay? Let's see. Let's go to weekly chart because sometimes when you have this, you can see a little bit clearer picture of the bigger picture, and then you could jump in on the small picture, okay? So now we get it. We're in the resistance area now. This is something that we're waiting for in the dollar to see what's going to happen here. Are we going to get the breakout? So this is the whole thing here. Not doing anything here. It could come back to support, and you could buy it at support, but with small shares because you don't know if it's going to fail, and we're going to start going sideways possibly, and that could happen, okay, while the gold is going up. That could very well happen, okay? So you want to see right in this area if we start breaking out, and then the shorts that are here are going to join and buy, okay? And then we'll be heading up to 29.45. This stock doesn't move that much, so it's a very small amount there that you'd be making. You know, the other ones are better. So I just wanted to go over all those with you. I want to thank everybody for coming. Thank everybody for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like and share my channel if you like the content. And happy trading to everybody, and have a wonderful day.